Hi, I'm Andy and welcome to my channel about crypto. In today's video I want to talk about how to avoid scams when trading cryptos or when buying NFTs. But in particular I'll focus on NFTs today. What prompted this video is the fact that 4 NFT projects got hacked earlier today, including one of the biggest projects currently, which is BearX. There was a huge amount of hype around BearX for quite a while now. And unfortunately, a few hours ago, hackers managed to access both BearX Twitter and Discord. And as a result, they managed to steal around or scam people out of around 90 ETH, which is around $360,000. So of course, a lot of people lost a lot of money. I remain actually quite bullish on BearX. I believe that the team is trying to make the best in this situation. They regained the control over their platforms. I believe they're aiming to refund all the money. I don't know all the details about what happened. I'll be finding that out later today, but I'm hoping that the project will still pull through it. But that's not the focus of this video. My focus is, well, what actually happened and how can you protect yourself from getting scammed? Apologies for meowing in the background, it's one of my cats. Anyway, what happened essentially is, like I said, hackers gained control of Twitter and Discord and posted a link to a fake website where you could mint your NFTs. And I have a screenshot of this website here. And one of the problems was the fact that BearX project didn't have a website. They were not planning to release a website until just before the mint. So it was quite easy for the hackers to create a fake one, because essentially people didn't know where they were supposed to go for the mint. But there are a few things on this website that straight away should ring alarm bells. And one in particular it's pointing quite obviously towards it being a scam. So first of all, if you're interested in any NFT project, well, you should know as much about the project as possible. If the project has a website, there should be some information there. If there is no website, then there will be Discord channel or Telegram, or, well, there must be some sort of platform where you can find out more about it. Even if you just heard about the project from an influencer on YouTube or Twitter, well, you should still find out more about the project. When is the mint date? What's the cost of minting each NFT? How many NFTs you can mint, and so on. And of course, also that's where you can find the genuine links to particular projects. Otherwise, it's really easy to click on a link which will take you to a fake website. Literally every day I get multiple links in either Discord or Telegram with all sorts of fake airdrops and whitelist invitations and minting websites and so on. And you just have to filter through all of that and make sure that you only go to the real website. So assuming that you've been in BearX Discord, you would know that the price for minting a single NFT was set for many weeks now at 0.035 ETH. Well, if you look at the screen here, it says that the price per each NFT is 0.1 ETH. So why would the price go up 3 times without any announcement from the dev team? But the second thing that straight away points out to this being a scam is the fact that it says here that you can mint up to 100 NFTs at once. And well, any NFT project that allows you to mint 100 NFTs, I think it's a bit suspicious. Even if it's not a scam, it doesn't sound right that one person can mint 100 NFTs. It means that very few people would have large percentages of the collection. And in case of this particular project, there's supposed to be only 3,700 bears. So in theory, if everyone minted the maximum allowance of 100 bears, that would mean that only 37 people would hold the whole collection, which makes no sense whatsoever. Even more so, if you go to their Discord channel, again, it's been known for a long time that each person will be able to mint only 2 bears. So why suddenly someone is allowed to mint 100. It just doesn't add up. So these two things alone should straight away point to the fact that something is clearly not right here. And that's even without knowing much about the project. It's, yeah, like I say, mainly the fact that you can mint 100 bears, that's straight away, well, 100 NFTs, that's straight away quite suspicious. But there were many other red flags as well. First of all, this project's been well known for the fact that there was no public sale planned. To be able to get any of those NFTs, you had to be on the whitelist. And of course, that was frustrating for many people, but it was well known for quite a long time. So why suddenly they would create a public sale? And yet again, why that public sale would allow to mint people more than people who are on the whitelist? Another issue is the fact that the last notification or the last announcement from the dev team before they got hacked was that they're planning to do the minting either on Friday or Saturday this week. And then literally a couple of hours later, on Tuesday night or Wednesday morning, depending where you are in the world, suddenly the minting has begun. So why it was brought forward a couple of days? And then finally, if you were in their Discord at the time, also a lot of the chats were disabled and it was quite clear that something is not right. So there were many things pointing to the fact that this is a scam. But what would happen if, let's say, the hacker set the price at 0.035 ETH and set the limit to 2 bears, just like it was supposed to actually happen during the real mint? Well, there is still one more thing that you can do, or one more thing that would give you indication that this is actually a scam. When you connect your MetaMask, before you send ETH to this address, it would give you an indication how much gas you will pay for this transaction. And you would see that the gas was only about $10, maybe $20 tops, which is an indication that you're sending gas to another wallet. You're not executing a contract, you're just simply moving you're moving ETH between different wallets. And you would see that the amount of gas required for that transaction was 21,000, which is the minimum amount required on Ethereum network. If you're minting an NFT, it is always a more complicated contract that requires a higher amount of gas. And as a result, well, you will always pay more gas. Even if there are no gas wars, even if the network is relatively quiet, you would probably expect to pay, I don't know, maybe $50 or more in gas, rather than 5 or 10 or a little bit more than that. So that's also one really good indication. Even if everything else looks right, if the gas is way too cheap, it's probably a scam, or at least you should be a bit more careful. If you're not sure how gas works, I will put a link in the description to this video, so you can refer to one of my previous videos where I describe the whole process of setting gas and how gas works on Ethereum. So if there were so many red flags with this project, why people fell for it? Well, it's basically hackers just take advantage of human nature. When FOMO kicks in and you think you have one of those amazing opportunities in crypto, adrenaline kicks in as well, and it's really difficult to think straight. And many people think that they are smart enough or experienced enough to avoid it, but actually when it happens in practice, it's quite difficult to predict how you will react in a situation like this. And I think crypto space is especially prone to this sort of scams because most people who get into crypto, they expect, well, they get into crypto because of the potential of making huge amounts of money. They all heard the stories about someone investing in a particular coin or NFT and making crazy amount of money from a relatively small amount. And so when you see an opportunity like this, in many other situations in life, you would probably think, well, there's something not right with it. But when it comes to crypto and NFTs, you've heard of stories where people had an amazing opportunity and then made a ton of money. So you think, wow, well, maybe this is an opportunity like this for me. You could say that it's just greed. If you wanted to, you could say that it's just stupidity, but it's not that simple. I think it's just simply when we are presented with what we think is a great opportunity, we just go for it. And hackers are aware of it. And very often you will see that there is also a hint there which indicates that you have to act fast. Like, for example, on this website, you can see that there are only 387 bears available out of 3,700. So you know that, well, other people are minting them as well. You have to act fast to secure your bear or 2 or 10 or whatever. And this means that then you don't have time to properly check what's on Twitter, what's on Discord. Are there any posts about this potentially being a scam? Are there any information about this being hacked? The issue in this case was that both the Discord and Twitter were hacked, and there was no official website. So those who got scammed, well, I give them that essentially there was no source of information, at least initially, that would tell them this is a scam. And when something like this happens, at the end of the day, it's irrelevant whether the project is a scam from the very beginning, or whether there was one rogue player within the dev team, or whether there was malicious third party involved, or something else. That doesn't really matter. The important thing is that at the end of the day, you lose your money. And if there was third party involved, as in someone hacked the platform or the project, well, you can hope that maybe they will reimburse you. Like I said, in this case, I believe that most of the lost money will be returned to everyone who was buying those NFTs. But the harsh reality is that it was also the fault of people who fell for this scam, because there were many things pointing to the fact that it was a scam. And in fact, if you go through a lot of the messages in the Discord channel, some people even said that they felt it was too good to be true, or it didn't feel quite right, but yet they've done it anyway. And some people actually bought like 20 or 30 of those, well, thought they bought 20 or 30 of those NFTs. So they spent 2 or 3 ETH. And so, well, you knew that you can buy only 2, and the price for 2, including gas fee, would be somewhere around 0.1 ETH, maybe 0.15 ETH. And suddenly you're spending 2 or 3 ETH when you weren't even on a whitelist. Surely something is not right. But like I said, it's much easier to say this after the fact than when you are in that position and you think you have this once in a lifetime opportunity. So just to sum it up, what you should look for when assessing whether something is a scam or not is, well, first of all, does it sound too good to be true? If it sounds like an absolutely amazing once in a lifetime opportunity, then there is a chance that it may in fact be a scam. Second thing is knowing the project. If you're planning to invest in something, you should put a little bit of effort in making sure that you know what you are investing in, whether that's analyzing the website of the project or Discord or the Telegram, or, well, to be honest, as many different platforms as possible to get as much information as possible. If there are informations about the mint price, the mint date, the amount you can mint, whether it will be whitelist or public sale, and so on, well, if any of those suddenly change and there is no clear explanation from the dev team why there is a change, assume that it is probably a scam, regardless of how genuine it sounds or how professional the minting website looks like or anything like that. Assume that it is probably a scam if something suddenly changed. Also be very careful if someone approaches you directly in DMs in Telegram or Discord, especially people who pretend to be admins or moderators for various groups or channels, because very often these are actually the scammers. Anything that says that it's an airdrop or winning something or anything like that, that should be also an immediate red flag. Yes, of course, there are airdrops which are legit, and yes, you can win various competitions and so on. But if it appears just out of nowhere when you didn't expect it at all, well, or when it's a really large amount, then most likely it is a scam. I think the most important thing is just to remain vigilant and don't necessarily assume that everyone is a scammer, because that's not a particularly nice way of approaching things or looking at the world. But reality is that you have to remember that there are a lot of scams. There are a lot of people who take advantage of the fact that a lot of people are new to crypto space, and essentially they will very happily take your ETH or your NFTs or whatever else. I hope you found this video useful. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you have any comments and suggestions, please do let me know in the comment section. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye.